Have you ever felt overwhelmed by your seemingly endless to-do list, with tasks pulling you in every direction? We are unveiling a strategy that could revolutionize your approach to tasks, ambitions, and life. In this book summary, we're peeling back the layers of the one thing, a game-changing principle that promises to catapult you towards success by unraveling your busy life into manageable threads. You'll not only understand how to streamline your priorities, but also be equipped with a blueprint to reach your loftiest goals and a shield to ward off the pressures of the daily hustle. If you've been in situations where you feel like you're holding back, not really stretching for those giant dreams you've always had, it's about time to push beyond those self-imposed boundaries and embrace the power of thinking big. You see, we often box ourselves in with limits that exist purely in our minds. You might have told yourself, that dream is too big or that goal is too ambitious, but here's the thought. Isn't it our big dreams that lead to extraordinary results? Imagine yourself standing at the foot of a mountain, looking up at the peak and thinking, that's too high. But guess what? The mountain won't get any smaller. We just need to start climbing. Taking on bigger challenges and dreaming bigger dreams, that's where true success lies. It's time we let go of the fear of failure, the fear of the unknown, and set our sights on the grandest vision of life we can muster. If you want to move mountains, you have to be willing to pick up a shovel and start digging. And what about the domino effect? The simple idea that one tiny push can set off a chain reaction, leading to incredible outcomes? It's a little like your goals. Starting with a small step, knocking down the first domino can lead to the toppling of bigger goals until you've achieved something extraordinary. The first domino might be as simple as believing in the power of thinking big, but we also need something else: willpower. Have you ever started a day with the best intentions, armed with a to-do list that you're eager to tackle, only to succumb to distractions and unproductive habits as the day progresses? It's like the charge in your willpower battery drains throughout the day, right? Well, let's look closer at willpower, that unfaltering inner force that prods us to accomplish what's necessary. Picture willpower as the champion of our journey. With the break of dawn, our champion is charged, vibrant, and prepared for the day. As the day unfolds, our champion confronts numerous challenges, and each encounter saps some of its energy. Give it a thought. Each decision you execute, every diversion you overcome, all of it erodes your stockpile of willpower. It shares a striking resemblance with the battery of your smartphone. It kicks off powerfully, but with every application you browse, every conversation you have, it gradually depletes. Suddenly, you realize it's run out. This brings us to why the early morning is often the ideal period to deal with your weightiest tasks. This is the time when your willpower stands at its pinnacle, enthusiastic and ready to take on the world. After a restful night, your willpower battery is at full capacity. This is the prime moment to focus on that one thing that matters the most. There's also a way to maximize willpower before it runs out. It all narrows down to one thing: prioritize. Just as you'd manage your cell phone's battery, managing your willpower is about ensuring it's spent on the things that matter most. You wouldn't waste your phone's battery on useless apps when you know you have important calls to make, would you? So the next time you start your day, remember that your willpower is strongest in the morning. Set your priorities and let your well-rested willpower take the lead. Now, you've set your sights high and your willpower is fired up, ready to tackle your greatest ambitions. But sometimes those big dreams can feel like huge, intimidating mountains, too high and steep to conquer. So, how can you transform these seemingly unreachable dreams into an achievable reality? Instead of focusing solely on the grand finale, start seeing the individual steps leading up to it. Let's bring this idea to life with a little story. Imagine a group of students preparing for a challenging test. Now, some students focus solely on that final grade, the desired result. They're looking at the mountain's peak, but without considering the climb. On the other hand, some others visualize the entire process, studying, understanding, revising, and finally, taking the test. They see each step as a stepping stone toward their ultimate goal. And what do we find? The ones who visualize the process find themselves better prepared, more motivated, and surprisingly, they often achieve better results. That's the power of visualizing each step. It's about seeing the journey and not just the destination. So don't just stare at the peak the next time you set a lofty goal. Instead, chart out the journey. Visualize each step from the base of the mountain all the way to the top. Once you start visualizing the steps, your big goals won't seem so daunting anymore. In fact, you'll find yourself making progress much faster than you ever imagined. And remember, every big dream is just a series of small, achievable steps. So visualize, strategize, and then start climbing. And now to the crux of our journey, a profound concept that binds it all together, the one thing. This is a principle, or kind of a guiding light, that helps us focus on what matters the most in achieving our success. It's about understanding what single activity or goal, when pursued relentlessly, would make everything else easier or even unnecessary. For instance, in a garden full of plants, the one thing is your most prized flower, the one that needs the most nurturing and outshines everything else when in full bloom. It's the most important task or goal that you should concentrate on to achieve extraordinary results. Sounds simple, right? But this simple idea has a profound impact. It guides us to cut through the noise, the distractions, and the clutter of minor tasks, and leads us to what truly matters, what can make a real difference in our journey to success. So, if you are overwhelmed by many tasks, take a step back and ask yourself, what's my one thing? Identify it, make it your focus, and watch as it simplifies your path, making your journey towards success smoother and faster. Remember, it's not about doing everything. It's about doing the most important thing. That's the power of the one thing. Now, you might be wondering, how do we ensure it receives the attention it deserves amidst our daily hustles? The answer lies in the power of prioritization. Let's journey back to the late 90s with a tech mogul named Steve Jobs. When Jobs returned to Apple in 1997, he found the company producing a whopping 350 products. What did he do? He prioritized. He slashed the product line down to just 10, focusing Apple's resources on creating outstanding products instead of just more products. Jobs didn't just prioritize, he mastered the art of saying no. He understood that to maintain focus on the important tasks, you need to turn down lower priority requests. This doesn't mean becoming unhelpful or callous. Rather, it's about redirecting those requests or offering alternative solutions that don't drain your time and energy. By concentrating Apple's efforts on fewer products, the company was able to revolutionize the tech industry with inventions like the iPhone. Now that's the power of prioritization. Just like Jobs, we can achieve extraordinary results by prioritizing our one thing. Prioritizing is not about doing less, it's about doing what matters most. It's about recognizing that not all tasks are created equal and choosing to devote your time and energy to the one that will truly make a difference. So next time you're swamped with tasks, remember to prioritize your one thing, say no to the rest, and watch your success story unfold. As we tirelessly chase our one thing, would it be wise to compromise our personal lives to pursue professional success? Not in the least. One key insight we must never overlook is that work-life balance isn't about giving equal attention to everything, but about attending to each aspect of life with full presence when needed. There's a brilliant analogy by James Patterson that life is a game of juggling 5 balls: work, family, health, friends, and spirit. Each of these balls is being juggled simultaneously. But here's the catch. The work ball is made of rubber and the others are made of glass. If you drop the work ball, it will bounce back, but if you drop any of the glass balls, they will be irreversibly scuffed, marked, or even shattered. Taking a leaf from that is not about giving up your one thing, but knowing when to put it aside to attend to the glass balls. Finding the sweet spot involves a keen hierarchy of your work hours, allowing you to concentrate on your one thing while sparing time for your personal life. With this approach, your presence at work is wholly professional, and your time away from work allows you to immerse yourself in your personal life truly. It's vital to chase your one thing with tenacity, but let's not forget the people and experiences that bring purpose to life. Always remember, these meaningful relationships and experiences are what truly colors our existence. Learn to balance your professional aspirations with personal fulfillment, so next time you feel like your life is turning into a non-stop workathon, remember to let your work ball bounce while you cradle the glass ones. Because while professional success is rewarding, the joy of a well-balanced life is irreplaceable. Think about how you can apply this concept. What's your one thing? What's that single pivotal goal that could steer the ship of your life toward unparalleled success? Comment below and be sure to subscribe.